Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Baby Name Sunday. For today's list, I'm going to be spoiling you guys a bit again with another 100 ultra long names list. Today specifically, we're going to be looking at modern boys names that I believe are going to be trendy in 2021 or on their way to becoming trendy in the years to come. Now, a lot of you guys have actually a lot of difficulty narrowing down or coming up with boy names. So I'm really hoping to inspire you with today's list. I have a bunch of different names for you, lots of strong ones, a couple soft ones as well that definitely are modern, and there's a bunch of unisex names here as well that could totally work for girls. So names for everyone. But before I start with the video, if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing, hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell notification so you guys are notified every single time I upload here on YouTube. And also go check me out on all of my social medias. I'll have them all down in the description. I post a ton of content on Instagram basically every other day, so definitely go say hi to me over on there. Now let's get into this list of 100 modern boy names that are trendy for 2021 and beyond. Okay, so I got my phone here. First name on this boys list, super excited. I have the name Jovian, spelled Jovian. This one's both Slavic and Latin originated, meaning king-like and majestic. Then I have the name Sinclair, spelled Sinclair, and this one's also Latin originated, but this one means a clear sign. A sweet, shorter boy's name that sounds very powerful is the name Kin, spelled Kin, and this one's Japanese originated, meaning gold, pleasure, and average. Then we have the name Saxton, spelled Saxton. I actually really like this, especially the nickname Sax, and this one's English originated, meaning swordsman. Another trend that's been really poppin' is the ham ending names. I have the name Roham, spelled Roham, and this one's a Hindi variant of the name Rohan, meaning sandalwood. A familiar sounding name here next with a little bit of a twist is the name Oaken, spelled Oaken. I honestly love this variation. It's an English name meaning oak land. Then speaking of nature, I have the name Foster, spelled Foster, and this one's an English occupational name meaning forester. An edgy name here next is the name Marsden, spelled Marsden, nickname Mars. Like, how cool is that? It's an English originated name meaning Boundary Valley. Next one here is the name Zet, spelled Zet, short, sweet, and simple. This one possibly means pure diamond. It was kind of hard to find, but it also could be a variation of the Greek name Zeta, meaning the Greek letter Z. I have the name Evie, spelled Evey. This one's Hebrew originated, meaning life. Then we have the name Roxen, spelled Roczzen. I love this, the nickname Rock, nickname Zen, so cool. It's rare and super hard to find any information, but it could mean strong and almighty leader. This next name actually reminds me of my childhood. I used to work in a skate shop when I was younger, and this is the name Nyjah, spelled Nyjah. There was a famous pro skateboarder named Nyjah Houston. This one's African rooted, meaning hope and serenity. And then we have the name Eneko, spelled Eneko, and this one's Basque originated, meaning my little one. Moving over to an incredibly handsome name, I have the name Fabio, spelled Fabio. This one's Italian and Spanish originated, meaning bean grower. Then we have the name Calix, spelled Calix. There's actually a girl, one of my friends over on Instagram, and she has a son named Calix, and Crew is the brother. So cool. So this one's Greek originated, meaning most handsome, but it's also Latin originated, meaning chalice, and chalice symbolizes family and traditions. A name I found super recently is the name Lovro, spelled Lovro. I have been loving the O ending names. This one's actually Slovenian, I can't say that, Slovenian rooted, meaning from the ancient city of Laurentium. I have the name Noe or Noe, spelled Noe, and the E could have an accent if you would like. And this one's both Greek and a Latin variant of Noah, meaning rest and repose. For everyone who loves the name Rome, I have the name Romel, spelled Romel. Super handsome, kind of romantic sounding, and it's a Latin originated name meaning citizen of Rome. Another 4-letter name here next is the name Ciro, spelled Ciro, and this one's Persian originated, meaning the sun. And then we have the name Aramis, spelled Aramis. I think this is so cool. It reminds me of of Artemis, Aramis. Love it. It's actually a French literary name from the classic novel The Three Musketeers. Next one on the list is the name Brigham, spelled B-R-I-G-H-A-M. And this one's an English originated name meaning the little village near the bridge. And then we have the name Ferris, spelled F-E-R-A-S. Now this one's Arabic originated, meaning son of a lion, or this one could be a spelling variation of the Irish name Ferris, meaning rock. Next one here is kind of a mashup of two trendy names. It's the name Mylan, spelled M-Y-L-A-N. Now this is a mix of the Welsh name Dylan, meaning son of the sea, and the German name Milo, meaning soldier or merciful. This one here, I actually recently uploaded it on my Instagram. It's the name Thierry, spelled T-H-I-E-R-R-Y. This one's a French originated name meaning ruler of the people. Then we have the name Kamari, spelled K-E-M-A-R-I. I really like this with the I ending. It's actually a Japanese originated name inspired by a 7th century sport that they used to have, very similar to football. We have the name Jetter next, J-E-T-T-E-R. This one could be a variant of the name jet, which is a mineral or like a gemstone. Next one here is totally perfect for a rainbow baby's name. So this is the name Auric, spelled A-U-R-I-C. It's actually a literary name that was inspired by the symbol of gold, A-U, on the periodic table of elements, which I thought was just so cool. And then we have the name Brom, spelled B-R-O-M. And this one's an English diminutive meaning meadow where broom grows. Next name is the name Wellesley, spelled W-E-L-L-S-L-E-Y. I love this for either boy or a girl actually. It's English originated meaning the farm amongst the willows. And then one of my favorite boy names on the list is the name Cyprian, spelled C-Y-P-R-I-A-N. And this one's Greek originated meaning man from Cyprus. And Cyprus is a little island off the Mediterranean. To switch it up a bit, this one I've actually had my eye on for a bit. It's the name Ambrose, spelled A-M-B-R-O-S-E. And this one's Latin originated meaning immortal. Then we have the name Breeze, spelled B-R-E-E-S. And this one's a variation of the word breeze, meaning wind. A fresh new name possibility that I have just fallen in love with is the name Riggins, spelled R-I-G-G-I-N-S. I have been loving it. It's Old English originated, meaning dweller near the ridge. Another one I've kind of fallen hard for is the name Fiore, spelled F-I-O-R-E. And this one's an Italian name, meaning little flower. Going a little vintage, but modern vintage, I have the name Coy, spelled C-O-Y. And this one's actually found quite often in Old Hollywood, and it means quiet, still, or woods. Then we have a biblical name here, and it's the name Canaan, spelled C-A-N-A-A-N. Now you can actually put a K instead of a C, but it's an Old Testament place name. Stunning Sanskrit name here next. It's the name Ashan, spelled E-S-H-A-N. I love the E. E's are trending right now for both boys and for girls, and this one means ruler. Moving on to a powerful sounding name here, I have the name Octavian, spelled O-C-T-A-V-I-A-N. I am just in love. It's Latin originated meaning eighth. And then we have the name Mahan, spelled M-A-H-A-N. And this one's a Persian originated name meaning bright and beautiful as the moon. Stunning, but it also is a Sanskrit name meaning the great one. Z name here next, it's the name Zamari, spelled Z-A-M-A-R-I. Those R-I endings, I love them. It's a variant of the Hebrew name Zamir, meaning song and bird. And then onto an edgy name here next, it's the name Slade, spelled S-L-A-D-E. And this one's an English originated name meaning from the valley. Back to a Hebrew name here, I have the name Lev, spelled L-E-V. And this one means heart, but in Russian, it also means lion. And then we have the name Audio, spelled A-U-D-I-O, and this one means hearing or sound. Speaking of word names, I have the name Emperor, spelled E-M-P-E-R-O-R. This one's a little bit more regal and has some history to it. It's Latin originated, meaning a sovereign ruler of great power, or it's actually the name of a species of butterfly. We have the name Nero next, N-E-R-O. It's Latin originated meaning stern. And then another Z name is the name Zyron, spelled Z-Y-R-O-N. Z names always sound so futuristic and very modern, and this one's a modern variant of the Hebrew name Zion, meaning the highest point. Next one on the list here is the name Tien, spelled T-H-I-E-N. It's Vietnamese, meaning sky or heaven. And then we have the name Moxley, spelled M-O-X-L-E-Y. I am just loving this one. It's derived from an old Anglo-Saxon place name in Britain. We have the name Frey next, F-R-E-Y. This could totally work for boy or for a girl. It's Scandinavian, meaning lord or exalted one. And then I have the name Rev, spelled R-E-V. Now this one's cool. It kind of reminds me of like revving the engines, maybe for a family who loves cars, but Rev, I think it's edgy. And it's a name derived from a lot of word names, meaning rejoice. So it kind of has that balance to it. I have the name Dover, spelled D-O-V-E-R. And this one's a stunning British place name. Then moving on to the name Exton, spelled E-X-T-O-N. So this one's an old English name meaning town on the river Exe, E-X-E. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which E-X-E is Celtic originated, meaning water. Back over to an Italian name here. I have the name Renzo, spelled R-E-N-Z-O. Loving this. It's a variant of Lawrence, meaning from Laurentium. Then to switch it up a bit here, this one's fun. It's the name Kashmir, spelled K-A-S-H-M-E-R-E. You could do a M-I-R at the end as well, but this one is a Sanskrit name, but it's also a Southwestern Asian place name. I have a lot of place names on this list actually. Next one here is the name Weston, spelled W-E-S-T-E-N, and this one's English originated, meaning from the western town. And then we have the name Daylan, spelled D-A-Y-L-A-N. I really like this as a modern variant of like Dylan. It sounds like one, but it's actually an old English name meaning from the valley. Cutest name here next. It's the name Georgie, spelled G-E-O-R-G-I-E. Oh, it's Greek originated, meaning farmer. Then we have the name Koda, spelled K-O-D-A-H. So this one's a mix of a Japanese surname meaning rice paddy of happiness, which the meaning is so sweet. And this one's actually mixed with Judah, which is a Hebrew originated name meaning praised. But behind this name Koda, there's actually quite a few different meanings depending on where you are in the world. So that's really something to look up on. Next is another K name. I have the name Crew, spelled K-R-U-E, and this one's a spelling variation of the name crew, meaning group of people. A four-letter name here, I have the name Mazzy, spelled M-A-Z-I. This one's edgy. It's Greek originated, meaning together. Then we have a name that I feel some of you guys will love, some of you guys will be like, oh my goodness. It's the name Hudson, spelled H-U-T-S-O-N. And this one's a variant of the name Hudson, meaning mind and intellect. Another fun one here is the name Guyver, spelled G-Y-V-E-R. So this one is a variant of the name MacGyver, which is actually a word meaning to make, form, or repair something with tools conveniently on hand. A MacGyver. That is so fun. Then moving on to a place name, I have the name Finnick, spelled F-I-N-N-I-C-K. This one you could totally have that nickname Finn, but a little bit more of a longer form. And it's also a surname meaning marshland farm, so it has some nature ties to it as well. Next I have the name Sutter, spelled S-U-T-T-E-R. This one's an English surname and also an occupational name meaning shoemaker. And then one of my new found favorite boy names that starts with the E, it's the name Eero, spelled E-E-R-O. And this one's a Finnish originated name meaning eternal ruler. I have the name Cabe, spelled C-A-B-E. I'm surprised that this one is unranked, and it's actually a short form of the French name cabot or cabot, C-A-B-O-T, meaning to sail. So it could be a really cool beachy, unique, nautical name for a boy. Any Harry Potter lovers out there, I feel like they might have some love for this one. It's the name Dracon, spelled D-R-A-K-O-N. Very similar to Draco, and this one's Greek originated as well, meaning dragon. I have another E name. It's the name Esden, spelled E-Z-D-E-N. And this one's a mix of Ezra, meaning help, and Eden, meaning delight. Moving on to a habitational name, I have the name Fenwick, spelled F-E-N-N-W-I-C-K, nickname Fen. Oh, this one's both English and a Scottish habitational name, meaning marsh farm. Then I have the name Gable, spelled G-A-B-L-E. This one reminds me of like Anne of Green Gables. If anybody watched or has read the books, Love this. So Gable is actually a French originated name meaning triangular feature in architecture. I've got a sweet spot for this one. It's the name Hatcher, spelled H-A-T-C-H-E-R. So this one's Old English originated meaning gatekeeper of the forest, which magical and kind of whimsical. Then I have a name that actually a girl over on Instagram, her handle is Babylicious, I believe it is. So cute. She sent in the name Eastley, spelled E-A-S-T-L-E-Y. So cool. It's actually an old Anglo-Saxon surname meaning eastern clearing in the woods. Speaking of Instagram, this one I actually just recently uploaded. It's the name Kenyon, spelled K-E-N-Y-O-N. Kind of reminds me of Canyon, but definitely even more unique. And this one's English originated meaning white-haired or blonde. Back over to a more shorter name, I have the name Mace, spelled M-A-C-E. I can totally see this just booming, but this one's Latin originated meaning aromatic spice. It's actually, as you guys can see, only in the 4,000s right now, so let's keep an eye on it. Then we have the name Lysander, spelled L-Y-S-A-N-D-E-R. Those ander ending names right now, holy. It's Greek originated meaning defender. Then we have the name Coe, spelled K-O-E, or it could be pronounced with a C as well, and it's an English surname meaning jackdaw, which is actually a species of bird. All right, so to switch it up a bit, this one totally gives me Star Wars vibes, okay? So it's the name Reylo, spelled R-E-Y-L-O. It's a modern mashup of Rey, which is Spanish originated meaning king, and Milo, which is both Latin and German meaning soldier and merciful. I'm falling in love again, guys. I have the name Million, spelled M-I-L-L-I-A-N. So this is a short form of Maximilian, and anything with Max in it, Maximilian, it's Latin originated meaning greatest. This was actually a big contender with my son, but we ended up thinking Max is a little too common. We went with Aries, but I love this one. Then we have a beachy name here next. It's the name Auster, spelled A-U-S-T-E-R. It's German originated meaning oyster. Occupational names have been a total trend up and coming. So this is the name Decker, spelled D-E-C-K-E-R. It's a German occupational name meaning roofer. And then we have the name Jester, spelled J-E-S-T-E-R. This one's so cool. So it's actually a medieval term used way back in the day to describe like an entertainer. Then we have one of my favorites here again. It's the name Calloway, spelled C-A-L-L-O-W-A-Y. I honestly love this as a unisex name. Oh my goodness. It's English and Latin originated meaning a pebbly place. Next one is the name Giovanni, spelled J-O-V-A-N-N-E-Y. Another handsome one. It's Italian originated meaning God is gracious. Then we have Salvatore or Salvatore, spelled S-A-L-V-O-T-O-R-E. And this one also is Italian originated meaning savior. I have a Greek name here next. It's the name Amarian, spelled A-M-A-R-I-A-N, and this one means unfading. Then I have the name Ettore, spelled E-T-T-O-R-E, and this one's in Italian from the Greek name Hector, meaning holding fast. My absolute new favorite word name for boys next. It's the name Odyssey, spelled O-D-Y-S-S-E-Y. It's derived from Greek, meaning a long wandering or voyage. Then we have the name Berwin, spelled B-E-R-W-I-N, and this one's so sweet. It's English originated meaning bright friend. Now we are down to our very final few names. I have the name Amlin, spelled A-M-L-A-N. So unique. This one's actually really hard to find any information on, but it's Hindi meaning tamer. Next one here I've actually seen pop up on Instagram quite a bit, but I haven't actually seen a baby be named this name yet. So it's the name Leaf, spelled L-E-I-F. So this one's Scandinavian originated meaning heir or descendant. Number 91, I have the name Atom, spelled A-T-O-M. Yes, all about science here. It's Greek originated meaning uncuttable. Then we have the name Nirvan, spelled Nirvan. And this was a Sanskrit name meaning bliss and liberation. Moving on to my last few names here, number 94, I have the name Soham, spelled Soham. I thought this one was really unique for a Hamidi name, but more shorter. And this one is a Sanskrit name meaning I am she, I am he, or I am that, which I find really powerful for a meaning. Then we have a spelling variation of a word name. It's the name Hiker, spelled Hyker. And this one obviously means a foot traveler. Then I have the name Lyxander, spelled Lyxander. Obviously, like I said, any ander ending names is derived from Alexander, meaning defender or protector of man. Number 97 is the name Rohin, spelled Rohen. This one's also Sanskrit originated, meaning ascending. Then moving on to our last three on the list here, I have the name Sencio, spelled Sencio. And this one's a Spanish and Latin originated name, meaning harmless or innocent. I have the name Joris, spelled Joris. This one's Dutch originated, meaning farmer. And then for number 100, I have the name Arvo, spelled Arvo. And this one's Finnish originated, meaning value and worth, which is beyond perfect for a little boy. How perfect is that meaning? But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found some inspiration, whether you put some names on your list or it helped you narrow down your own personal list. I hope I helped you in some way. Please leave in the comments any other boy names that you find will be really great and really trendy for 2021 and beyond. And trendy doesn't have to necessarily mean like gonna rise and be on the top charts. It just means a really great name with a really great meaning that might be fitting for someone who is watching this video. So again, thank you guys seriously so much for watching this video. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. Wintry inspired. Take care. Bye.
No.